Piers Morgan needs a big piece of humble pie, and indeed did he swallow it whole when he resigned from Good Morning Britain, and I'm actually happy that he did, because when I watched Good Morning Britain the morning after the interview of Harry and Meghan, I tweeted straight away that I think Piers Morgan should be regulated by Ofcom. He should be reviewed by Ofcom, because what he did, what he showed, was the act of bullying. Do I think Piers Morgan is racist? No, I think he is complicit in aiding in this notion of casual racism. And this casual racism is what has got Britain to where they are today, in being so angry when somebody calls them racist. And I say Britain as a whole. When somebody's angry and says, you don't even hear what the person is saying, that this is what you did to make it racist, is how dare you call me racist. And by dismissing what Meghan says makes, I think, Piers complicit in aiding casual racism. And in saying casual racism, I think that's how Britain has got away with so long going under the radar, and how they've managed to sweep things under the rug, because we all know America's overtly racist and in your face about it. In the UK, it's not, no newspaper released an article saying Meghan is black, we don't like you because you are black. It has these undertones to it, that why is this person being ridiculed more than this person? And this happens not only in the royal family, as we know, as black people and people of colour, that this can happen in your workplace, education, in any institution. That just the dismissal of it all, the dismissal of your problems that you're going through, the dismissal of, somebody calling you the N-word, or somebody saying a monkey, or somebody that continuously says things like, oh, her food smells, every time she brings in that culture food, or just making you feel some type of way every time you bring in your culture food. Those are acts of casual racism, I believe. Those are acts of ignorance. So when Piers Morgan dismisses Meghan's claims and says that, that outright did not happen, that's him aiding to casual racism, and that's him being part of the problem. And I think when we said back during summer, during 2020, Black Lives Matter protests, and people were saying you need to educate yourself and not just put up a black square, this was part of educate yourself. Because when you stop educating yourself, which seems like what a lot of people have done, because some people are very confused about what Meghan and Harry are saying, when you start educating yourself on the matters of racism, then you can easily dismiss it. Had you continued to educate yourself on the matters of racism, then you would know that it's a daily occurrence. It's not something that just happens when somebody gets shot by the police. It's something that happens in people's daily lives. It's something that people experience at work, people experience at school, people experience in the royal family. Trisha Goddard said it right on Good Morning, the TV presenter. She said, you can't, as a white person especially, you can't tell a black person how they feel or what they've experienced in racism. All you have to do as that white person is listen. Listen to the experience of that person. Whether you believe it or not, you listen to it, investigate it, and then you can come to the truth. That can be worked out in the workplace, that can be worked out through education. I think that with Piers, he also has a personal vendetta against Meghan, and that can be shown throughout his ways of bullying her throughout this entire time, as soon as they stepped down from the royal family, or stepped back, since they said they stepped back. And I think that's also very dangerous for Piers, because as a journalist, as somebody who's on Good Morning Britain as a TV presenter, as somebody who has 7.8 million followers, and Good Morning Britain gets about 1 million views per day, Piers has a responsibility to not push his personal agenda. I know that he is being paid to have his own opinion, but then also you have a responsibility to all these people that are following you, that are watching, to be able to debate in a very ethical, journalistic way. And that's why he's there, because he's able to debate things and say, do you know, actually no, what about this and what about that? I liked Piers when he actually was standing up for Black Lives Matter during the summer, when he was standing up for Ashley Banjo and diversity when they did their dance piece on Britain's Got Talent, when he did stand up, you know, for us, for Black people during that Sainsbury's advert. Even down to when, you know, in lockdown, when Piers has been coming for each MP during lockdown and how they've handled COVID, and he's questioned them and continued to apply the pressure on them. And that is the art of journalism, to apply that pressure and make sure you get the answer. But in regards to Meghan, that's not what he's doing. He's not questioning it. He's just basically said outright, that did not happen. Nobody dismissed Archie. That didn't happen. How can you say that? How can Piers say that knowing he wasn't there? That's very unethical, right? Especially as a journalist, especially as somebody who has millions of views, especially as somebody who has 7.8 million followers. Maybe on your own Twitter, you can have whatever view that you want because that's your own personal platform. But when you are on TV and the world is watching, then you have a responsibility to not dismiss those claims, especially when you are also in the public eye. And, you know, the talks of not only racism has come up, but the talks of mental health has come up, and you've completely dismissed them both. It's a very dangerous game. And I'm glad that he has resigned, because I think had he stayed, it would have been it just would have sent out a message to say that, do you know what? We're going to throw out the rule book out the window. And now this is going to set the precedent that, you know, if you get as powerful as Piers, you can say whatever it is you like, do whatever you like, throw a tantrum on air. When you question about it, walk off stage, and nothing happened about it. I think it's good that whether he was about to be fired, whether he, you know, and he resigned instead, I think is a good thing that he did leave, because now it does show that it's not okay to do this. Whether he wanted to leave or not, it's not okay the way he behaved. I think also for anyone that's saying that because Piers had his own opinion, that now he's being crucified for having his own opinion, I think that's absolutely absurd. Piers is being crucified because he's a bully. He's a bully on national TV, like I said, in front of millions of viewers and millions of people who he follows. He had a personal agenda towards Meghan. I never had a problem with him. Again, like I said, when he was backing us during COVID and speaking to the MPs and giving them fire and asking them the right questions that needed to be asked, when he was standing in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. But when it comes to persistently using your platform to tear someone down like Meghan constantly, whether it's for racism or whether it's for the act of you personally do not like her, that is not okay, and that is bullying. So all this talk about we're being crucified for our opinion, that's absolutely, what did he call it? A load of bollocks. What he did there was very dangerous, and basically, is again, with the amount of viewers that show gets, with the amount of followers that he has, that's setting a precedent and saying that, do you know what, you can just, you know, outright do this, and it sets us back in regards to the talk surrounding racism and the talk surrounding mental health, especially when ITV is got a whole campaign surrounded by mental health, and you have somebody who doesn't even care for it. And for anyone standing in solidarity with Piers Morgan, don't worry, he will be fine. This may be the first time he's resigned from a job, but it's not the first time he's been sacked from a job. He will have another role very soon. I think this is a great opportunity for ITV and Good Morning Britain to introduce some new talent, introduce some new voices, somebody who does have a unbiased view, or maybe who does have an ethical way of looking at things, whose opinion is not harbored or pushed through by one's personal agenda. I think this will be a great opportunity for them to do so. I mean, a one replacement or a double replacement? Susanna Reid, was she silent or silenced? Or silenced by Piers? Because if she was silenced, then maybe this is now, you know, with someone new, her opportunity to be able to bounce off somebody nicely and have a nice healthy debate with somebody or agree with somebody. Or if she was silent on purpose and just refused to speak because she felt uncomfortable in speaking up to Piers, then I think quite frankly she should go. and let's introduce a whole new duo to the team. Maybe a trio. Either way, let's see what's going to be coming up over the next couple of days. I'm pretty sure a lot's going to be happening. Thank you for listening to the podcast with me, Sandra Kidi. This is The Rundown. You can catch me on YouTube, follow me on my channel, make sure you comment, like and subscribe. And also, yes, definitely do comment and let me know what you think about the video, what you think about things that I've said. Let's keep this conversation going. And also, if you just like the sound of my voice, you can head over to audio streaming platforms where you can listen to me there as well.